Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new live stream. This is Tausif Anam, and this channel is about social and political issues, both domestic and international. If you are watching this video and you are new to this channel, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button. Once you subscribe, you will be able to participate in the live chat, and the threshold is 5 minutes. So you have to subscribe and stay subscribed for 5 minutes or longer in order to be able to participate in the live chat. And if you have watched my video before, if you are tuning in for the second time, third time, 50th time, 100th time, welcome, my friends. Thank you for continuing to support this channel. I truly appreciate you continuing to tune in and watch these videos and being a part of this wonderful family that we have. Okay, so thank you, everyone. I do want to make a correction at the very start of this live stream. We were talking about earlier, previous live stream. I think it was the live stream I did. So I didn't do a live stream yesterday evening, but early this morning I did a live stream. So I talked about the RFK Jr. Senate hearing, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., nominee for the position of the Secretary of Health and Human Services. I mentioned to you that he was going to be in a Senate hearing for his nomination confirmation hearing, and I mentioned that the name of the committee was HELP, H-E-L-P, Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions. The correction I'm making is the HELP committee hearing is actually tomorrow. The committee hearing that took place today was the Finance Committee hearing. So RFK Jr. will be altogether, he appeared before the Finance Committee earlier today, and he will appear before the HELP Committee, which is Health, Education, Labor, Pension, tomorrow. I believe I mistakenly mentioned that the HELP Committee hearing was going to be today, but it was the Finance Committee hearing. So just wanted to make that correction. As you know, my goal is to provide the truth, facts, and accurate information. So if I make a mistake, then it is my responsibility to make that correction, and I just did that. So thank you all, my friends. By the way, RFK Jr., I believe, is truly a wonderful person for that position, Secretary of Health and Human Services. I know that the Democrats don't like him. Okay, as you can tell from watching the committee hearing that took place, if you listen to the statements made by the Democrats, the questions that they asked, you clearly understand how strongly the Democrats oppose Robert F. Kennedy Jr. They do not want to see Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as the Secretary of Health and Human Services. But you know what? The people support RFK Jr., freedom-loving Americans. We support RFK Jr. The Republicans, you see tremendous support from the Republicans for RFK Jr. So let's wait and see what happens. But really, I mean, he is the right person for the job. He is from a Democrat family, and then he endorsed Donald J. Trump. He is a very, very strong voice, RFK Jr., very, very strong voice for medical freedom. Medical freedom, the Democrats, they try to label RFK Jr. as anti-vax, but what RFK Jr. is truly, what he truly supports is medical freedom. Okay, you should be able to make your own healthcare decisions. So, not going into the details of the hearing, you can obviously watch the video clips. You can watch what questions were asked. You can watch what, how RFK Jr. answered, and I think he did a great job. I really believe that. But the Democrats, the Democrats are strongly opposing him. You can tell from listening to the questions and their statements. Anyway, my friends, let's see who is here. Bob is here. Hello, Bob. Joshua is here. Frank is here. Richard Miller is here. Katie is here. Jewel is here. Bree is here. Crockett is here. Gerlina is here. The Journey to Justice, our friend Rachel is here. Did I miss anyone? Did I miss anyone? I do not believe so. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. And I had a few things that I had listed that I wanted to discuss, and I was going to talk about new media requests, which I still will. I was going to talk about ICE making arrests and making such great progress. I still will talk about that. But we got the news of a tragedy, my friends. We got the news of a tragedy. A tragedy in DC. Okay. It's we still don't have all the information. We are still learning more about what happened, how it happened. Okay, before we jump in, let me give you the information. I know many of you saw that. The crash. Selena is saying the crash. That is correct, my friends. A military Black Hawk helicopter collided with an airplane. A military Black Hawk helicopter collided with an airplane. A collision took place, okay? How it exactly happened, we don't know. We don't know yet. There's going to have to be investigation. What kind of collision it was, which direction the plane came from, which direction the Black Hawk helicopter came from, what exactly happened, we don't know yet, okay? People are speculating, people are drawing conclusions, they are giving their early analysis, but we have to wait for the information. But the fact is, a collision took place between a military Black Hawk helicopter and an airplane. And the crash took place, the collision took place mid-air. It was a mid-air collision at Reagan National Airport in Arlington, Virginia. Very, very scary. And the immediate question, and I'm not an expert in aviation, I'm not a pilot, I'm not an aeronautical expert. If there are experts, if there are pilots who are watching this, please share your thoughts. I'm not an expert, okay? I'm not an aviation expert. I don't know how to fly a plane. I don't know about the technical aspects of a helicopter. I'm just a simple observer, like many of you. I'm a simple observer. I'm reading the news. I'm looking at the available video footage, and I'm just trying to understand how this can happen. In this day and age, in a place like the DC area, okay? Think about DC, District of Columbia. Think about Virginia. Think about that whole region, how important that area is, how important that airspace is. How can such a collision took place? How does it even happen given the technology? Given all that we have. The planes are advanced. They have advanced features. Once again, I'm not a pilot. I'm not an aeronautical expert. I'm not an expert on planes and helicopters, but I do understand these jets, these planes. They have advanced features, and when we are talking about a Black Hawk helicopter, um, it's a military helicopter. So how does this crash? How does this collision take place? How does it happen in midair? What went wrong? What exactly happened? How it happened? I mean, there are so many questions. So many questions. It is a tragedy. It is a tragedy. And, the worst part is we don't know, like, I don't even know what the right language is because it is such a tragedy. I mean, we don't know if there are survivors. I mean, it is so difficult to say it. Are there survivors? We know that there were 60 passengers on board, and I'm just sharing whatever I found out from the early reports. There's going to have to be an investigation. I think there's going to be a press conference at some point. I don't know if it is taking place or not. Anyway, I gotta hold on. I will open up a window here and see if um, okay, I'm gonna silently turn on a channel here so that I can keep track of the developments while I do the live stream. Okay, there's gonna have to be um, a press conference at some point. Is it gonna be in half hour, over the next hour, in 2 hours, 3 hours, sometime after midnight? I don't know, but I do know there's gonna have to be a press conference because we are waiting for answers. So, how does this happen? And are there survivors? I mean, it's. I saw footage. It was kind of blurry, okay, sort of like black and white, but you can see like a fireball in the air, a fireball right after the collision, a fireball, and so it's such a tragedy. And I'm thinking, according to the reports, 60 passengers on board and 4 crew members, so 64, I think, uh, in the airplane. And then reportedly there were 3 soldiers on the helicopter. So, I mean, are we talking about 67 people, 67 lives? Okay. I mean, once again, I am just telling you what I'm learning from the initial reports. The numbers may change. It's a very, very fluid situation. There will be updates. So if the numbers end up being different, that is quite possible. But based on the initial reports, 64 people total on the plane, 60 passengers, 4 crew members, and 3 soldiers when we're talking about the Black Hawk helicopter. So 60 plus 4 plus 3, it's 67. We are talking about 67 lives. Okay? 67 lives. And the question is, we saw what a serious. I mean, if you've seen the footage that I saw, that huge ball of fire, I'm wondering, are there survivors? I hope there are survivors. I hope, I'm praying. That's all I can say. I am praying. I mean, it's such a horrible situation, such a tragedy. I don't have words to describe this. And this is happening in the DC area, in Arlington, Virginia, in such an important part of the country, close to the nation's capital, right there, the nation's capital, right there. Okay, the airspace, my common sense tells me, once again, I'm not an expert in aviation. My common sense tells me it is such a restricted airspace, a very, very secure airspace. How does it happen? How does a collision like this take place? Lots of questions, not enough answers. We will have to wait for the answers, but I am just praying. I urge you all to pray. And I urge you all to pray Pray for um, pray for all the people on that plane. Pray for the soldiers um, on the helicopter. You know, it is. I mean, there's search and rescue going on right now, as we speak. Search and rescue. How many people will be rescued? Um, I, we don't know, and um, really, really sad. Really, really sad. You know, as I was, so I didn't do a live stream yesterday. Okay, I think many of you saw my message. I posted on my YouTube account, also on my social media accounts. I posted that due to unavoidable circumstances, no live stream tonight. I will resume live streaming tomorrow, meaning like today. And then after I woke up this morning, I did a live stream. Some of you had tuned in for that. It was early morning live stream. It was not very long. It was actually less than 1 hour. But I had a plan that, hey, Wednesday night I'll be doing a live stream, so meaning this live stream. And you know, I had, as I said, I had organized like a few topics in my mind. Like, okay, I want to talk about new media, which I'll get to, and I'll talk about, you know, ICE action, because you know every day we're gonna hear more about ICE action and raids and operations, and you know the criminals that ICE is catching. Not just ICE, you know, multi-agency really. When we look at some of these operations that federal agents are conducting in different cities, yeah, it's usually multi-agency. So these are the topics that I planned on discussing, and then I found out about this tragedy. I got an alert on my phone because I have the breaking news updates that I get. Turned on the TV. What a tragedy. What a tragedy, my friends. Just think about all those precious lives. 64 people on the plane, 3 soldiers on the helicopter, and we don't know. We don't know. We don't know if there are survivors, if people will be rescued. Let's just pray, my friends. That's all I can say. Let us just pray. 202 people watching at this moment. I will I will ask everyone to please pray, okay? The Federal Aviation Administration and the Transportation Safety Board, so the FAA and the NTSB, will investigate. The crash took place above the Potomac River. Multiple agencies are responding. I mentioned that. They are coordinating. So multiple agencies are coordinating a search and rescue operation. And I am praying, my friends, please join me in praying. Let us pray so that survivors can be rescued. Okay, survivors can be rescued. Um, I am looking at, so as I am live streaming on my phone, on my laptop, I've got a different window on. I'm watching some live updates that are coming in. 60 passengers, 4 crew on board commercial jet. Uh, there was a collision with a military helicopter near Reagan National Airport. Um, um, yeah, yeah. Very, very sad. Very, very sad. What a tragedy. What a tragedy, my friends. So let's see. I know a lot of friends joined. Cherise joined. Hello, Cherise. Claudia Greenwood is here from North Carolina. Claudia, thank you for being here. Dana from Oregon. Dana, thank you for being here. Pamela Barker. Hello, Pamela. Uh, Fred is here. Hello, Fred. Evelyn from Vegas. Evelyn, thank you for being here. Who else did I miss? Um, Anyone else? Audrey from Long Island. Hello, Audrey. Edwin is here. Hello, Edwin. Thanks for being here. Teresa Ross, our friend from Arizona, just joined. Teresa Ross, thank you for being here. Teresa Oscar, thanks for being here. Are there other? Phoenix is here. Phoenix. Thanks to you for being here. Cheryl Butler is here. Hello, Cheryl. Uh, let's see, who am I missing? Um, Freshly, our friend Jake from New York is here. Hi, Jake. NC is here. Hello, NC. Vaughn is here. Hi, Vaughn. I don't know if I missed anyone. If I did, Selena is here. Lau is here also. Hi, Lau. If I missed anyone, please just say hello again. I want to make sure that I greet all of you. Uh, okay. Fepson is here. Hi, Fepson. AC Cruz, our friend from Arizona, AC Cruz is also here. Terry Gilly. Hi, Terry. Thank you for being here. David Nichols is here. Who did I miss? Bob is saying news conference soon. Yeah, I'm waiting for the news conference. So maybe we'll be live streaming here while the news conference goes on. So I'll wait for those updates. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, this is this investigation is going to have to be very, very thorough, and I know it'll be thorough. We have a new transportation secretary, for those who already know, Sean Duffy. He is a former Wisconsin congressman. Really wonderful. I mean, as a Wisconsinite, I can tell you that Sean Duffy is the right man for the job. He is the new Secretary of Transportation. He just got confirmed, and now Sean Duffy's agency, the Transportation Department, obviously will be involved in this investigation. Because the Transportation Department, with the new leader, Sean Duffy, will be looking at this tragedy, at this situation, and trying to figure out what happened, what exactly happened, what went wrong. I mean, there's going to have to be not a minute by minute, a second by second analysis. I mean, when you're looking at such a sensitive airspace in the DC area, in the Virginia area, okay, when you're looking at such a tragedy taking place right there where our nation's capital is, such a restricted airspace, and you're looking at a collision involving a military Black Hawk helicopter, there's going to have to be not a minute by minute, a second by second analysis, a second by second report on, okay, what exactly happened? Second by second. You're going to have to look at every second, how the decisions were being made, okay, the plane, where it was, what height, and at what point was the helicopter, at what height, flying at what speed, going in what direction, the control tower, what the communication was there. It's going to have to be a second by second. I wish I could give you a more better analysis. Once again, I'm not an expert in aviation. I'm not a pilot. So I don't know, but I do know what some of the questions are that will come up as an observer, as an American, as somebody who wants answers, who wants to know what went wrong. I know what questions I have in my mind. Irony is here. Hi, Irony. Anyone else here who I missed greeting? Okay, let me look at some updates here. Hold on. I may have to pause because I am looking at updates. So I will pause. So don't go anywhere, my friends. Please stay. All right. Rescue operation underway. Okay, so it's saying that very soon there's going to be a press conference. So we are waiting for that. Okay, Pete Hegseth. Pete Hegseth. So Pete Hegseth is our new defense secretary, right? Pete Hegseth said, DOD, meaning Department of Defense, actively monitoring, poised to assist if needed, prayers for all involved. So that is a message coming from Pete Hegseth, the new Secretary of Defense. Um, so that's Pete Hegseth. There is a state. Okay, so my friends, there is a statement from our great leader, our president, 47th president, Donald J. Trump. There is a message, there's a statement from Donald Trump, which I'm going to read to you. So please listen to that, okay? My friends, are you ready? I'm going to read to you the statement from President Donald J. Trump, the 47th president. All right. I see some conversations taking place. Okay, Crockett says ready. Everyone's ready. Let me read to you. This is something that the press secretary, so Caroline Leavitt, she posted this straight from the White House for immediate release, dated January 29th of 2025. Statement from President Donald J. Trump. President Trump said, I have been fully briefed on the terrible accident which just took place at Reagan National Airport. May God bless their souls. Thank you for the incredible work being done by our first responders. I'm monitoring the situation and will provide more details as they arise. So, short statement, but very, very powerful statement. Short statement, very, very powerful statement. And the statement tells me that we have a leader who is monitoring the situation. We have a leader who is going to do everything that is needed given this situation. A leader who acknowledged the incredible work being done by our first responders. A leader who's monitoring the situation and will provide more details as they arise. Okay, so Donald Trump is monitoring the situation. He's closely monitoring it, and he's going to do whatever is necessary, whatever it takes to address such a crisis, such a tragedy. Okay, so more information I'm sure we will receive from the White House, and this is a statement from President Donald J. Trump that Caroline Leavitt she published. She's the press secretary. Really, as our president said, may God bless your souls. May God bless your souls. What a horrible tragedy! What a crash! A collision. And please, we have to pray for the first responders. On a night like this, the first responders are working hard. Once again, multi-agency response. It is not one agency, it is not one department, multi-agency response. And so let us pray for the first responders. Let us pray so that God gives the first responders the strength needed to deal with a situation like this. Let us pray so that God gives the first responders the energy, the strength that they need to save lives. If there are survivors out there, the survivors must be saved. I hope there will be survivors. Let us pray for all the souls, my friends. Okay. All right. And the water, Bree, you mentioned the water. Yeah, the water in January, you're talking about the Washington, D.C. area. The water must be very, very cold. Very, very cold. All right. So give me 1 second. I'm going to look up some more info here. Lots of updates coming. Okay. All right, give me 1 second here. Secretary of Homeland. Okay. All right, Secretary Kristi Noem. Okay. Okay, so we also have a statement from Secretary Kristi Noem. You know that she is the Secretary of Homeland Security, just confirmed, very new Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, former governor of South Dakota, former governor of South Dakota. She's now the Secretary of Homeland Security. Kristi Noem said, "We are deploying every available U.S. Coast Guard resource for search and rescue efforts in this horrific incident at DCA." So that's DCA, short for Reagan National Airport. "We are actively monitoring the situation and stand ready to support local responders, praying for the victims and first responders." So this is a message coming from Secretary Kristi Noem of Homeland Security. Let me see what else I can find here. Let me see what else I can find. Okay, I told you a short while ago that Pete Hegseth, the defense secretary, he posted on X from his account at Pete Hegseth, okay? He had posted DOD, meaning Department of Defense, actively monitoring, poised to assist if needed, prayers for all involved. And right now, I already mentioned that. Okay, so let's see. Okay. So Pete Hegseth also posted, "Absolutely tragic search and rescue efforts still ongoing. Prayers for all impacted souls and their families. Investigation launched immediately by Army and DOD, Army and Department of Defense." All right, let's see what else I can find here, my friends. I know you are all discussing a lot of different information here, so I apologize. I have not been able to respond to a lot of your comments today because I'm so busy looking at updates here. Let's see what else I can find. Let's see what else I can find. Stay with me, my friends. By the way, Sean Duffy, who I just mentioned, Secretary Sean Duffy, he said he's on site at the Federal Aviation Administration headquarters and closely monitoring the situation. Okay, so plane crash. Live updates. Stay here with me, friends. Bill is here. Hi, Bill. Okay. Okay. So I think somebody mentioned. Is it? Wait. Okay. So I am seeing a news report here, which I think somebody mentioned here as well. Let me just scroll back. Let me just scroll back. Rachel is saying 18 dead and 4 alive so far. Rachel, so you saw a report that mentioned 18 dead. That is what I am seeing also. It is such a tragedy. It is so hard to even share this news. I am looking at a report that says at least 18 bodies recovered. Okay? At least 18 bodies recovered after this collision. At least 18 bodies have been recovered by emergency services. This is such a tragedy, such a tragedy. Such a tragedy, my friends. Are there survivors? Are there survivors? Rachel, did you say that there were survivors? I'm not seeing a report about survivors here yet. I did see a report that 4 people removed from the Potomac River. So it says 4 people. It doesn't say if they are like 4 survivors or 4 bodies. There's some confusion there. There's some confusion there. It says 4 people. But yes, we don't know their condition. Okay, live updates. Let's look at the live updates here. So it's saying that rescue efforts underway, and the rescue efforts are taking place near the Woodrow Wilson Memorial Bridge. Okay, Woodrow Wilson Memorial Bridge. So we just have to wait at this point. There's nothing else we can do but to wait for more updates. Yeah, so the plane is wait. I before I say something, I just have to confirm. So that's why I paused. The plane, according to, so I'm looking at Roger Marshall's, so Senator Marshall's X post, and he writes that tonight we have received devastating news of what can only be described as nothing short of a nightmare. A plane traveling to the nation's capital from Wichita, Kansas, carrying roughly 60 passengers, and then we know 4 crew members, collided with a military helicopter. My prayer is that God wraps his arms around each and every victim and that he continues to be with their families. So Wichita, Kansas. So this plane was going from Wichita, Kansas to uh, the nation's capital. All right. So inbound plane from Wichita, Kansas collided um, with um, with a military Black Hawk helicopter. So I'm waiting for more information. So I will be looking at Senator Marshall's ex posts because Senator Marshall represents Kansas, and this plane reportedly was traveling from Kansas to the nation's capital. So I will be paying attention to what Senator Marshall writes on his posts, and then we will get updates, I'm sure, from Pete Hegseth, Secretary of Defense, and Sean Duffy, Secretary of Transportation, Kristi Noem, Secretary of Homeland Security. There will be updates. We're waiting to hear what they say during the news conference. Right now, it's saying soon. Plane crash press conference. So uh, we have to watch that or listen to that. If I'm doing a live stream, I will not be able to listen to that, but you can listen to it and you can let me know in the live chat what you are hearing. I will just keep refreshing the page on my end and get the news updates that way. And obviously, there will be, I'm sure there's going to be some more information coming from the White House. Okay, there's going to be more information coming from the White House. So I will be monitoring and waiting for updates from Mr. Trump, our president, 47th president, as well as Caroline Leavitt, the press secretary, the new press secretary, who I believe will be sharing any statements that we get from the president. So, my friends, who else is here? Who did I not greet yet? Um, Deborah writes, "Thank God for a transparent administration. Now we will be getting truth in the reports." Yeah, this is an clearly this is an administration that believes in transparency, that believes in accountability. Okay, so the Trump administration will share information with us. I mean, you go back and look at the Biden Harris administration, we didn't get many updates. And now I'm talking about like things like drones. Remember, it was when Trump came to power that we started getting information, during the first press briefing that Caroline Leavitt did. She talked about the drone situation, right? She gave an update, the kind of update that we did not get from the Biden Harris administration. So, um, yeah. Um, yeah, we have a great president um, who who will do everything possible to keep Americans safe. Okay, and in times of crisis, he is the leader who can address difficult situations. So I am fully confident that the White House, that the Secretary of Transportation, the Secretary of Defense, the Secretary of Homeland Security, and anyone else from the administration, um, they all will do everything in their power to address this situation, this tragedy, uh, this collision, and will give more information to us. Okay, so I'm looking forward to receiving more information, and I'm praying, my friends. I'm praying um, for everyone involved. For everyone involved, it is a tragedy. We are waiting to find out if there are survivors. I hope there are survivors, my friends. I hope there are survivors. We are waiting to find out more. And it is truly tragic. It is heartbreaking to know that at least 18 bodies have been recovered, meaning at least 18 people dead. At least 18 dead. Let us pray, my friends. Let us pray. 18 lives lost. Okay, so I'm going to be taking some action here on my end. I'm going to be blocking somebody who has been. Yeah, I don't even want to comment on the comments that this person wrote. I just blocked this person. Okay. All right. Bill, thank you for bringing it to my attention. Bill, I see Bill's comment recommending that I block this person, and I reviewed some of the comments that this person wrote, and that person should be blocked and has been blocked. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I am seeing different sources have been reporting, different news outlets. At least 18 bodies recovered after passenger jet collides with, Black Hawk helicopter. 18 lives lost, my friends. Please give me a few moments. I'm working on different screens here on my end. Working on different screens on my end so I can get the latest updates. Okay. All right. Okay, so those who are tuning in, please subscribe. Okay. Please subscribe. If you are watching this channel for the first time, please subscribe and participate in the live chat. Subscribe to stay connected. Subscribe for more updates. Subscribe to watch future videos. Please do so, my friends. Gerlina writes TTTT. Thank you, Gerlina, for your support. Michael Teal is here. Michael Teal, so good to see your name. Michael Teal, you have not commented on a live stream in a long time, right? Michael Teal, tell me, are you from Alabama? Are you from Alabama or Mississippi? I'm trying to remember, Michael Teal. Remind me, Michael. Is it Alabama? Alabama? Okay. I remember, Michael Teal. I remember. So I have not seen your comment in a very, very long time. Very, very long time. Have you been watching the live streams or you were sick? Sorry to hear that, Michael Teal. I think it's been months, many months, right? I think the last time I saw your comment was, before the election. Well before the election, I think. So, Michael Teal, thank you for coming back. It's been 1 month or more. I think it's more, right? Anyway, Michael Teal, thank you for coming back. Michael Teal from Alabama. Thank you for participating in the live chat again. Uh, Thank you for coming. Oh, you do watch, but you have not commented. Okay, Michael Teal, thank you. Thank you for watching. I appreciate that. And sorry to hear that you were sick. I hope whatever it was that was affecting your health, I hope that issue has been addressed. I hope that you have recovered or you're on your way to recovery. And I wish you good health, Michael Teal. Thank you for participating in the live chat today. And it's nice to know that you have been watching the videos. Um, Thank you, Michael, and really wishing you good health. Wishing you good health, Michael. Anyone else who's here who I missed greeting? Jax904 is here. Hello, Jax. Good to see you, Jax904. Okay, so while we wait for more updates, I will continue on to the next topic, okay? Sandy is saying hello from Chicago. Hi, Sandy. Sandy says hello from Chicago. Sandy, welcome. All right. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next topic here while we wait for more updates regarding this this horrible tragedy. Jet is here. Hi, Jet. Thank you for being here. We are getting close to the 1 hour time mark. We are 52 minutes into the live stream. Okay, so 8 minutes more to get to the 1 hour time mark. But we will continue. All right, so let me go on to the next topic. I want to talk about new media. Okay, so we're just moving away from the news of the collision, the mid-air collision. We're moving on to the next topic now, but we will come back and share updates about the search and rescue operation and any updates that there may be. There will be updates. We know that there will be updates. There's going to be a press conference. There will be updates. So we will come back and talk about those updates. Let me now move on to another topic that I wanted to discuss, and we will go back to talking about the Reagan National Airport incident there. Okay, so the Trump administration is making the White House press briefings great again. Trump says, which we all believe, that he's going to make America great again. And I say, together with President Trump, we will make America great again, right? Together, it's a collective effort. It's not just President Trump alone. We, the freedom-loving Americans, we, together with our leader, we will make America great again. But just talking about the press, the White House, and media relations, let me tell you, the Trump administration is making the White House press briefings great again. Think about the press briefings that we saw over the last 4 years. Think about the press briefings that we saw over the last 4 years when Biden was in power, okay? Media would ask questions to the Biden press secretary, but really did not get much information, did not get clear answers. We got a lot of circle back. Remember, circle back? I'm going to have to circle back. So the Biden White House, obviously they did press briefings, but those press briefings were not, a lot of times those press briefings were not very helpful because questions were asked and answers were not received, or answers were not sufficient. There was a lack of transparency. And the Biden White House, the Biden press secretaries did not do a good job, if you ask me. Okay, did not do a good job. During the Biden Harris years, we saw the press briefings were sort of dull because there would be a lot of great questions, but not enough answers on a lot of things. Not enough answers on a lot of things. People wanted truth, and questions were asked, and we wouldn't get enough answers. So if you watch those press briefings, really, circle back, circle back. All this circle back business. Why can't you, a lot of times I thought, hey, press secretary, a reporter is asking you a question. Why don't you know the answer? Why don't you know the stuff? You are the press secretary. That's what I thought. A lot of times when I would see those White House press briefings during the Biden administration. But now it's a new administration, and let me tell you, the Trump administration is making the White House press briefings great again. First, we have a very young press secretary now, I think the youngest in the nation's history, but also very, very capable, very, very smart, very, very intelligent. Okay. Caroline Leavitt, I am very, very impressed after I watched her first press briefing, the very first one she did from the White House. Really amazing performance, amazing job, and I totally understand that this administration will focus on transparency. Okay, and now the great thing is that this White House is opening up new opportunities for new media. New media. This is very important. Okay, talk about legacy media, talk about mainstream media, but now let's talk about new media, my friends. What does new media mean? What does this whole thing mean? It means that new media voices who produce news-related content will now have the opportunity to apply for seat in the White House press briefing room. And Caroline Leavitt said, "We welcome independent journalists, podcasters, social media influencers, and content creators to apply for credentials to cover this White House." And then she provided a website where people can go and apply for press credentials, okay, under new media. And there's also a new media seat, okay. Caroline Leavitt said, starting today, and she said that during the press briefing, she said, starting today, the seat in the front of the room, which is usually occupied by the press secretary staff, will be called the new media seat. So this is amazing, wonderful. And there's more that Caroline Leavitt said. She said, it's essential to our team that we share President Trump's message everywhere and adapt this White House to the new media landscape in 2025. This is very, very important. This is very, very important because this is not business as usual. Okay, we have seen for years, and some of you have seen for decades. You've seen for decades the same old Washington business, the same old. You got the legacy media, you got those big networks, and they have their reporters sitting in the White House press briefing room asking questions and going out and standing in front, standing out there, and you got the cameraman, you got the microphone, they're reporting, you watch it on cable. That's all great. That's all great. Legacy media, they do their job, they know their stuff. So, they and some of the reporters, they do great job, okay? But the landscape is changing. The landscape is changing, which is why a smart administration will adapt. And that is exactly what this Trump administration is doing, as Caroline Leavitt made it very clear that the White House will adapt to the new media landscape in 2025. Now, people receive information through a wide variety of sources. It's not the same old, and I think I mentioned this. When was it? Maybe the morning live stream or the live stream I did, maybe like, I don't know, 2 days ago. Anyway, I did mention that. I remember. I just forget which live stream it was. But it's not the same old where you wake up in the morning, you're waiting for your newspaper and you wait for your morning coffee. I mean, coffee is still there. Okay, coffee has not changed. I think we have more flavors now. That's a good thing. But it's the same coffee. Coffee is a staple, breakfast staple, or tea. But it's not the same old like you're reading your newspaper. When you're having your morning tea or your morning coffee, whatever flavor, plain black coffee, coffee with cream, coffee with, I don't know, hazelnut flavor, whatever, French vanilla. You got your coffee, but it's not the same old newspaper that you're opening up. Okay? I mean, it's kind of nice. I like that old-fashioned way. Like, you're sitting at the breakfast table and you've got your newspaper open, you're turning the pages, you're drinking coffee. That's all good. If you still do that, great, wonderful. But even with newspaper, the same newspaper that people usually read the physical hard copy, the same newspaper, you can now go online, you can get an e-subscription, and maybe instead of turning the paper, you're scrolling on your laptop screen or on your phone screen, and you're scrolling on your tablet, you're consuming information which you previously looked at on paper in the newspaper. Now you're looking at the same news on a screen. But going beyond that, a lot of people consume news and information from podcasters. It's not always the same old legacy media. A lot of people get their information from podcasters. There are people who read blogs. Maybe there's a blog that you really like, and you every morning you get your news from that blog. Or maybe you have a specific issue area that you care about, whether it's energy, whether it's healthcare, whether it's national security and defense, or whether you are following the stock market every day, whatever. There are experts out there, independent people. They are not tied to any big legacy media outlet. Maybe they've got their own blog. Maybe they've got their own social media page where they are sharing minute-by-minute updates. Whether they are on YouTube, making videos and broadcasting, doing live streams. Whether they have a podcast and you wait for that 30-minute, 40-minute, or 1 hour long podcast episode every day. The landscape is changing. Okay, people go on social media for a lot of news. I mean, right now, just over the last 1 hour, I read to you social media posts from Pete Hegseth, from Sean Duffy, from Caroline Leavitt, okay, who posted Donald Trump's statement on social media. And also, I read to you a social media post from Kristi Noem. So, I mean, think about how, and you understand this. I don't have to tell you. I know I'm talking a lot, but you understand. You get it. Everything's changed. Now we get information in real time. It's no longer that you wait for the 8 o'clock news, 10 o'clock news, 6 o'clock news, whatever. It's no longer that you wait for your morning newspaper. I mean, you may still do that, but it's changing. Now people get updates every second as things are evolving, as a situation is developing, people are getting information. And so, even use this crisis as an example. I am just refreshing uh, my feed, my page on X. All right, on X, formerly known as Twitter, and I'm getting updates. I'm getting updates, constant updates. Okay, I'm not reading all the updates to you. I'm reading, the updates from Pete Hegseth and Kristi Noem and the White House and Sean Duffy. Um, but there are updates. There are many reporters who are sharing updates in real time as they are getting information. They're putting it out there. So the landscape, the media landscape has changed, and the Trump White House understands this new media landscape and they want to adapt. Melissa, good to see you. Melissa, I don't know if I greeted you earlier. Melissa, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Um, and so now new media, and Melissa is also writing. I just saw Melissa's name in the comment. Melissa is writing, I get my news from podcasts of many different people. Then X is great for updates. Exactly. And so this White House, the Trump White House, understands the importance of giving opportunity to the new media, to give the new media seat in the White House press briefing room. Okay, whether it's a content creator, whether it's a blogger, whether it's some independent journalist, whether it's a podcaster. Trump White House recognizes the importance of new media. Jet is here. Hi, Jet. Owen is here. Hi, Owen. Thank you all. And this is great. This is wonderful. And, the White House also said, Caroline Leavitt published a statement. This White House, okay, this is the statement, part of the statement. This White House believes strongly in the First Amendment, so it's why our team will work diligently to restore the press passes of the 440 journalists whose passes were wrongly revoked by the previous administration, meaning the Biden-Harris administration. This is great. This is great, my friends. Truly, this is an administration that believes in the First Amendment. Okay, so restoring the press passes of 440 journalists whose passes were wrongly revoked by the previous Biden-Harris administration. So this administration, the Trump administration, truly believes in the First Amendment, and their actions are showing us what they believe in, right? It's not just words, it's actions. They're restoring press passes of 440 journalists. They're providing opportunity to bloggers and to podcasters and to other social media influencers, creating this new media opportunity. And this is great. This was a big highlight from the first White House press briefing. And guess what? Guess what? The White House reportedly received 7,400 applications for new media seats in the briefing room. For new media. Is Misty here? Our friend Misty Adams. Is Misty here? There's a reason why I'm asking. Is Misty, are you here? Are you listening? Let me scroll back and see if Misty is here. Misty, just wave if you are here. Okay, the reason why I'm asking this is because Misty Adams, our friend, a member of this family, I don't know if she's here tonight, but Misty is the one who brought it to my attention, actually. So Misty tagged me in a post. So Misty posted this news on Facebook, this news about White House reportedly receiving 7,400 applications for new media. Because as soon as Caroline Levitt published that link. She said, anyone who wants to apply for this new media seat, you can go online, follow this link, you can apply. And the White House reportedly received 7,400 applications. Okay. And so Misty Adams posted that on Facebook, and she tagged me in that post to draw my attention. So I just wanted to thank Misty for that, for highlighting this key information. Right after Caroline Levitt's first press briefing, there came a flood of thousands of requests, 7,400 requests. What an amazing administration, truly, truly. And this is great. And Caroline Levitt said this. She said, millions of Americans, especially young people, have turned from traditional television outlets and newspapers to consume their news from podcasts, blogs, social media, and other independent outlets. It's essential to our team that we share President Trump's message everywhere and adapt this White House to the new media landscape in 2025. So refreshing, right? So refreshing. Butch is here. Hi, Butch. All right. Hold on one second. Give me 1 second here, friends. Okay. All right. So really refreshing. Now, let us show some support for the new administration. Please write Trump 2025. Tell everyone out there that we support Trump. And as AC Cruz, our friend from Arizona, said, hit the like, hit the thumbs up. Please do so. Okay. We are 1 hour and 12 minutes into the live stream. 1 hour and 12 minutes into the live stream, and so far 12,000 people have watched this video. In 1 hour and 12 minutes, 12,000 viewers have watched this video. So, my friends, the momentum is strong. Our subscription now stands at 12,157, which means 43 more subscribers, and we will get to 12,200. So now it's 12,157. 43 more will get to 12,200. So if you have not subscribed, please, my friends, do so, okay? Melissa is saying press conference starting. Okay, I see that the press conference is taking place. I am looking at, I think Muriel Bowser, the mayor of DC, she's speaking right now. This is live. And hold on, here's what I'm going to do. Give me 1 second here. Let me see if this is going to work. I am looking for my... Okay, this is going to work. You know, technology will make it work. So I'm going to... I don't want to increase the volume here because then it's going to interfere with my live stream, because then it'll be challenging if I turn on the live update loud, the press conference, because then you'll be hearing that, and then it might create a sound issue. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to listen to this here. Okay, Sean Duffy is speaking. I'm listening to I've got my, I got my earphones here. I'm listening to the press conference here. Sean Duffy is saying that he spoke with President Trump. Department of Transportation offering full support. A representative from DC Fire and EMS will now be speaking. Are you all listening to this? Audrey is leaving. All right, Audrey, have a good night. Terry, have a good night. Terry Gilly. State and federal response. Okay. Multiple agencies, state and federal response. The water is cold. Windy conditions. Windy conditions out on the river. I'm just sharing some highlights here. Active operation. Yeah. Okay. These are very short updates, very short statements from different people involved in the search and rescue and in emergency response. Senator Moran is speaking now. Jerry Moran. Dana is asking, "Are you watching Sky News?" I'm actually listening to News Nation here, the live stream that they're doing. Yeah, different networks are doing are covering this press conference. I see Sky News, and then Fox 5, Washington, and other networks also, ABC and Live Now from Fox. So I just clicked on the first one I saw. So I'm listening to I'm watching News Nation. Yeah, it's the same. Whatever live stream you're watching, I'm watching it live on YouTube. Whatever live stream you watch, the camera angles will be different, but it's the same press conference. Yeah. Senator Moran just wrapped up his comments. Senator Marshall speaking. Roger Marshall. Mayor Muriel Bowser, she's speaking. Okay. Thanks everyone for staying here with me. You know, I'm sure many of you are, and I am also listening to the press conference and what's being said. The president and CEO of the airport authority is speaking right now. And my internet. Okay, hold on. Something wrong with the internet here. Okay, I gotta refresh here. Okay. Rescue mode. Um, that's another update. It's a rescue mode right now. It, um, numerous boats are in the water. Numerous boats on the water right now trying to rescue. Many first responders working to rescue. Reagan National Airport is closed. There will be more news later on, probably in the morning. There are dive teams there. Yeah. Okay. Major rescue operation. Rachel just said 300 first responders out looking. Yes, that is correct. Yeah. The Mayor Muriel Bowser is saying that she's going to be able to take a few questions. Um, okay, so now there will be questions from the reporters. Mayor Bowser just said that both aircrafts are in the water, meaning the plane, the passenger jet, as well as the other aircraft, the helicopter, both in the water. So Mayor Bowser just confirmed 64 people on the plane, 3 people on the helicopter. Regarding the recovery efforts and numbers, she has not. She's not going to comment. That's what I'm hearing. People want to know how many people have been rescued. Are there survivors? Have bodies been recovered? People want information, but Mayor Bowser is not providing that information right now. Obviously, it makes sense that they want to wait uh, uh, for maybe several more hours to have more concrete information before releasing the information to the public. It's a very sensitive situation. It's a fluid situation. Of course, people have questions. They want to know: are there survivors? Have bodies been recovered? What's going on? But I understand if the authorities don't want to provide that information right away because it's an ongoing situation. So we have to wait. We have to be patient and we have to wait. There are pieces of ice on the water. There's wind. It's challenging working in that environment in this cold weather. The Coast Guard is on scene. Yeah, there are questions, so there will be questions and answers. I think there's going to be one more question after this. Secretary Sean Duffy just said the president is really concerned about what happened um, there today. Um, so it sounds like there's going to be every support available that is needed from the Trump administration, from the departments and the agencies, from DOT, Department of Transportation. Every kind of help, resource, whatever is needed will be available. Okay. Okay. So it seems like they are taking a few more questions. Okay. Um, Misty is here. Hi, Misty. So Mayor Bowser not commenting about the rescue operations, not commenting. Uh, I think we'll have to wait. We'll have to patiently wait to learn more about the rescue operations. Hmm. Hello, Misty. Misty, I did. If you scroll back and listen to the previous discussion on this live stream, I did mention that you shared with me the information about 7,400 new media applications for the White House press briefing room seat. So I mentioned that, Misty. Thank you for sharing that on Facebook. Okay, so the questions and answers will continue. I think at this point, I'm going to come back to the live stream here. You can continue to listen to the press conference. I think there's going to be at least a couple more questions and answers. Um, so, my friends, not a lot of information about the recovery. Not a lot of information about, okay, are there survivors? Um, are they recovering bodies? What's going on with search and rescue? We know that we have to wait patiently for more information to arrive. Maybe in the morning, maybe later on in the day, maybe a few days from now. Who knows? So we have to wait. But it is a tragedy, a big tragedy. And my friends, all I can say is that let us continue to pray for the victims and for the families of the victims, for the loved ones of the victims. Um, Give me 1 second. Okay. Claudia is writing, sending prayers. Yes, we must continue to pray, my friends. So I guess we just wait. That's what we do. We have to wait for more info. And yeah, let's continue to pray. I do want to talk about a little bit about the ICE operations that are taking place. This is going to be ongoing. There will be ICE operations every day, not just ICE, but multi-agency. We have seen DEA involved. We have seen ICE, obviously, other Homeland Security, other federal agents, local law enforcement also. Catching criminals, catching criminal aliens. And the good news is that 10 alleged members and associates of the violent migrant gang Tren de Aragua have been indicted. Okay? And this is great news. We want these violent Tren de Aragua gang members to be arrested, to be indicted. We want that. And that is what is happening. The Queens District Attorney announced the indictment of these 10 individuals, and the charges pertain to gun trafficking operations. And so I think as the days go by, as the weeks go by, we will see more and more of this, okay? More and more news of violent gang members being arrested, more and more news of migrant criminals being arrested, being deported. And it's not just Tren de Aragua, but also other gangs. Tren de Aragua is a violent gang that has been in the news. They are causing havoc. But now it seems like they're running and hiding. They caused a lot of havoc in Colorado and in other parts of the country. But now these Tren de Aragua gang members, they will be arrested. Other migrant gangs, MS-13 gang members, they will be arrested. Criminal aliens will be arrested. For example, ICE ERO, ICE is Immigrations and Customs Enforcement. ERO means Enforcement and Removal Operations. So ICE ERO in Boston arrested an illegal MS-13 gang member. So Tren de Aragua gang members, MS-13 gang members, other criminal aliens, they will be arrested, and there are arrests taking place all over the country, and there will be more and more arrests. We are going to find out more updates every single day, okay? So this is part of putting Americans first. This is part of making America great again, okay? When we fight crime, when we arrest, when our law enforcement, state, local, federal, when they arrest criminals, that's going to make our country great again. The safer the communities, the better it is, right? Okay. Claudia is writing MAGA. Absolutely, Claudia. Absolutely. I believe in MAGA. Okay. All right. 155 people watching right now. That is great. We crossed the 100 like mark on this video. So people, 109 likes on this video, my friends. Thank you so very much. I feel sorry I was not able to do a live stream yesterday. So yesterday was a gap, but I'm back. I'll try to do live streams every day as I always do, but every now and then, unavoidable circumstances. So I have a poll question that is open. The poll question is, have you hit like on this video yet? Have you hit like on this video yet? Most people have said yes, and I see a lot of likes, 111 likes. We can get more. AC Cruz is writing about gangs taking over. Oh, really? Okay, let me look it up, AC Cruz. I didn't know about that. I didn't know about that. So I will, thanks for your comment, AC. I will look into that. I will look into that. All right. Okay. Okay, my friends. So let's see. All right. We will be wrapping up this live stream here. We are 1 hour 44 minutes into the live stream. We'll stay here for a few more minutes, but then I'm gonna wrap up this live stream. Give me 1 second here. Stuff here. Bill is saying, Tosif and family, I must say goodnight now. I have to be up in 4 hours for work. Bill, thank you for joining, Bill. Appreciate that very, very much. I'm going to stay here for a few more minutes, and then I will wrap up the live stream. But tomorrow there's going to be a lot more to talk about. Obviously, we'll talk about any updates that we get regarding this tragedy in the DC area, this plane and helicopter collision. We'll talk about Trump cabinet nominees. RFK Jr. appeared before the Finance Committee on the 29th, and on the 30th, well, we are already into the 30th because it's after midnight now, RFK Jr. will appear before the HELP Committee, Health, Education, Labor, and Pension. So there will be a lot to talk about regarding that. There may be updates pertaining to immigration and customs enforcement. We will have a lot to discuss. Okay. Bill says, thank you, Tosif. God bless MAGA. Okay. Thank you, Bill. Let's do that, my friends. Let us. I'm going to write it down. Praying for the victims. Praying for the victims and their families. Praying for the victims and their families, my friends. This is a big tragedy. Let us pray. Misty is writing many families affected tonight. That is correct, Misty. Many families. Crockett is saying no word or confirmations on survivors. Yes, no word yet. Rachel is writing praying for the victims and their families. Melissa, oh, Melissa, your husband is an Army pilot. Thank you for sharing that, Melissa. And Melissa is a nurse. Well, we appreciate our veterans. We appreciate our military service members, and we also appreciate people who serve in the medical field. So, Misty, I was just thinking about that, Misty, when you wrote it. Misty is a nurse too, because I remember Misty mentioning that. So, Melissa is a nurse. Misty is a nurse. Thank you so much. Thank you to both Misty and Melissa, and thanks to all our military service members and veterans. And Rachel just wrote that her daughter is called Melissa. So, Melissa, I can guarantee that Rachel likes your name. Okay? Okay. AC Cruz also likes your name, Melissa, because AC's sister is also named Melissa. So, very popular name here, Melissa. AC's sister is Melissa, and Rachel's daughter is Melissa. Okay. All right. So thanks to our military service members, thanks to our veterans, thanks to our first responders, and thanks to all those who work in the medical field. Okay, whether you're a doctor, you're a nurse, you are a medical assistant, or you work in some capacity in a medical setting, we appreciate that very, very much. So Misty, thank you. Melissa, thank you so much. My friends, to all those who are watching, if you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe. We are 31 subscriptions away from 12,200 subscribers. So I don't know if we're going to get there tonight. We may not, but that's okay. But we will get there soon. Misty is saying 113 likes. Yes, Misty, thank you. Okay. I'm going to write here, I support our military service members. I support our veterans. I support our medical professionals. I support our first responders. Okay, I wrote that. I wrote 4 comments. I wrote, I support our military service members. I support our veterans. I support our medical professionals, and I support our first responders. So, my friends, you can repeat that if you wish, or you could simply say, I agree. Tausif, I agree. Yes, we agree. We all agree. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Crockett. Thank you, Dana. Thank you all. Melissa writes, agreed. Thank you, Melissa. Owen, thank you for being here. Butch says agree. Absolutely, my friends. We are freedom loving Americans, and we want to make our country great again, and we appreciate everything that our military service members do, everything that our veterans have done for the country, everything that our medical professionals continue to do, and our first responders. They are there when we need them the most. Um, Thank you, Butch, Owen, Rachel, Misty, Gerlina. Thank you all. All right. I'm going to refresh the page here as I wait for more updates here. Misty is saying, "Okay, now time for some cashews." Are you having cashews right now, Misty? Oh, Dana is writing about her family. Uh, wow, Dana, thank you so much. Your dad was in the Navy, grandfather in the Army, great grandfather was in the Civil War, and husband in the Army also. Thank you, Dana, for sharing that. Melissa is saying you're going to make tossing. Yeah, cashews are nice. You know what's really nice? If you have a scoop of ice cream, here's the idea. If you've got a scoop of ice cream, vanilla ice cream, and you put some cashews on it, enjoy the ice cream with the cashews. It's really good. Okay. AC, thank you. I see your comment, AC. Thank you for that information. I will look into it. I can tell you one thing, my friends. With this new administration in power, the criminals will be defeated. The criminal aliens will be defeated. The criminals in general will be defeated. This administration will make communities safe again. Crockett is saying cashews, Tassif. Yeah, cashews. You can add some cashews to an ice cream scoop. I know people like other toppings. Cashews are pretty good. I think so. Owen is writing that his grandpa was in World War II and great grandpa World War One. Well, that is so wonderful to know, Owen. Thank you for sharing that. Um, Thank you for sharing. It's so wonderful when I read your comments, and so many of our friends, you are sharing information about your family members, your grandfathers and great grandfathers, and you share with us that they served in the military. Uh, so great, so great. We live in the greatest country in the world. We do. We do. We live in the greatest country in the world, my friends. And I'm sure you agree with me when I say that. And we are so blessed to be Americans, and we are so blessed um, to have such amazing military service members and veterans and first responders and medical professionals. So truly blessed, my friends. I'm going to write before we wrap up the live stream. I will write "Make America Great Again." Okay, every day, every moment, make America great again. So with that, we are approaching the 2 hour time mark here, my friends. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Uh, and I will be wrapping up this live stream. I will be doing more live streams, obviously, a live stream every day. That's always my goal. I missed yesterday, which is why the first thing I woke up in the morning, I said, I'm going to do a live stream. which I did. It was a short one, less than 1 hour. So thank you all. Please subscribe if you have not done so already. And to all those who have already subscribed and you're participating in the live chat, welcome to the family. This is a family, and we are growing, and we will continue to grow. We are a family of freedom loving people. So thank you all so very much, my friends. May God bless you all. May God bless our President Donald Trump. May God bless the Trump administration. May God bless the United States of America. May God bless our U.S. allies. And may God bless freedom loving people all over the world. And before I end, once again, please let us continue to pray. Let us pray for everyone affected by the plane and the helicopter collision, all the victims and their families. Please keep them in your prayers. Let us continue to pray. Pray, pray, and pray. Okay. All right, my friends. Um, have a good night. And tomorrow, well, not tomorrow, it's already the 30th. So I can't technically say tomorrow because we're already into Thursday. So later tonight, I will be doing another live stream. So thank you, my friends. May God bless you all. Have a good night, and I'll be back again soon. Thank you so much.